was playing. As of this recording, I just got back from an 8-hour drive from Pokemon Worlds. That was fire, by the way. Just so we can talk about how disastrous LF Metal Cooler really is. LF Metal Cooler. I don't even know where to begin. Now, before I actually get into it, just know that this is going to be a complete rant video, and all the videos that you guys saw before this one, like from the summit video all the way up to the video before this one, was recorded on the same day because I had to get ready to go to Pokemon Worlds. So this is me after that event and having multiple days to actually test out Metal Cooler. Now, to put it very bluntly, I believe that LF Metal Cooler is probably one of, if not the worst LF unit we've ever received in Dragon Ball Legends history. Now, I do think that there are units that are just straight up worse than him, but in terms of LF units, I do believe that he's the worst. I remember, I believe it was like 2 or 3 days ago, I was talking to Gorsh a bit about LF Metal Cooler's performance, and we both kind of agreed that this unit is just straight up not good. And there's a good amount of reasons as to why that may be. The very first thing is the fact that LF Metal Cooler's gimmick is cool, right? I do think that having 2 comeback mechanics on a unit could really mix things up. The problem with that is this unit, even though he can come back twice, which is cool, has absolutely no type of defense at all. It's crazy knowing that as a defense type, the main purpose of your existence is to be a tank. It's the point of a defense type. I can understand if you specialize in one thing and then like some areas might be lacking. It may not call for like the best unit like ever or anything of the sort, but at least you would serve a purpose. With LF Metal Cooler, him having 2 comeback mechanics while not being a tank does nothing but aid the enemy. And the reason is because, let's say that, and I've seen this team a lot, by the way. You're running LF Metal Cooler with Super Saiyan Goku and some sort of unit that has an extra life, whether it's endurance, revival, comeback, like whatever the case may be. All you're doing is giving your opponent the opportunity of racking up more damage to be able to like stall you out and win from damage alone. Because already having 2 comebacks with either, KO guard and then like revival or endurance or whatever the case may be, it's gonna drag the battle out for a very long while. And more often than not, seeing that you've had multiple types of revivals, your opponent is more than likely gonna have, dealt more damage on you, which is bad, right? Now, at least having some sort of defense where you can survive, or you have ways to like end their combos early, or whatever the case may be would help. But Metal Cooler really doesn't have anything defensively apart from the comeback mechanic, and that's it. And I guess technically, yes, his unique gauge, but it doesn't really help out as much as it should, because there are plenty of units out there that are better with defenses than that Metal Cooler. And where there might be some that have released in recent time where it's like, okay, sure, but in a general retrospect, Metal Cooler should have been the defensive unit of this current meta, and he's not. Which flows into my next point. What's the point of him being a purple unit to help disrupt the flow of Goku and Frieza? Granted, obviously Goku would have element factor advantage, but Frieza would be disadvantageous against Metal Cooler. But Frieza is significantly better in every type of way, shape, or form than Cooler is in terms of offenses and defenses. Like, not only that, Frieza is so good, he can steamroll Metal Cooler. Let that sink in. Frieza is a green unit. Ultra Full Power Frieza specifically is a green unit. LF Metal Cooler is a purple unit. And he can't even survive against Frieza. Like, Frieza's able to combo him into oblivion. Even if Metal Cooler's unique gauge activates, it doesn't stop him at all. Especially because Frieza also has the active gauge, so he can spam Death Beam and rack up practically free damage. It's just, it should never be to the point where Cooler can't even survive against units that have an that he has an element factor advantage against. That makes no sense. And I think what the cherry on top is, Cooler, or Metal Cooler specifically, doesn't even deal damage. Like, again, he's a defense type, so damage is not his forte, but his damage is so pitiful. And I'm saying this with my entire, well, I'm trying to, but again, I'm tired. I just got back from an 8-hour drive. This video is not structured. I'm just ranting. His damage is so pitiful. I believe that he deals hero rarity damage, asterisk. And the only reason why there's an asterisk there is because of Shallot. Because Shallot, even like not sparking Shallot, hero Shallot, I guarantee you deals more damage than what Cooler can do. 100%. But especially if you're using Super Saiyan God Shallot, like the hero unit, I guarantee you he's dealing more damage than Metal Cooler. Okay. I understand that they're not trying to make like every single unit like super cracked or whatever the case may be, right? But we are coming off of the 7th anniversary. And we got Kefla, who is like solid, right? Like she's a glass cannon. So, you know, her defenses aren't the best, but she is able to deal damage because she can combo for a long while. But LOE has been a tag that's been practically dead in the water for so long now. They finally started getting buffs. And it's just so frustrating knowing that now that they got buffs, the units that they got don't really contribute much. I would say that out of all of the new LOE units that we got, excluding Frieza, because obviously he's a fantastic unit, but excluding Ultra Full Power Frieza, the best LOE unit we got was King Cold. And I stand by that, because King Cold, at least he has the ability of, you know, you use a special move, you get a special skill, you use a special skill, you get a special move, rinse and repeat, right? King Cold is pretty fun to use. Is he the greatest unit out there? No, but at least he's fun to use. Frost, you guys have, if you guys have seen my like video with Frost, like when he got one shot, that was, I mean, actually, I'm pretty sure I had a video uploaded with King Cold also getting one shot, which is not, well, no, he got two shot. But either way, Frost, not a good unit whatsoever. King Cold, okay unit, like you could definitely use him. Metal Cooler, not good. Although, wait, we got the Zenkai for the blue Final Form Frieza, like Revival Frieza. That Zenkai, I stand by saying, is good. The red Frieza from the Broly movie, I don't know what they were thinking with that unit whatsoever, because I stand by saying that Zenkai is not good, and it should have been a really good Zenkai. It's just so infuriating knowing that LOE finally had the chance to really make a comeback, and they had a brand new character who's never been in Dragon Ball Legends before, a unit who finally got an LF that should have happened many years ago with a cool like type of like comeback mechanic, just for everything to fall short. And I really don't think LOE deserves this, right? I really do think that for Metal Cooler's sake, the Legends team should treat it just like what happened with like either Goku and Frieza or like LF Demon King Piccolo and Tambourine. That unit needs a buff, because listen, if you guys have been like, you know, questioning on whether or not you want to summon on that banner or not, or whatever the case may be, avoid that banner like the plague. I think that is genuinely one of the worst banners we've ever received. And also, side note, well, related but unrelated to Metal Cooler, a lot of people have been getting shafted in that banner, so I just don't think it's kind of worth it, honestly. But that aside, avoid that banner. Like, as cool as King Cold is, I don't think that that unit paired up with Metal Cooler adds enough value to summon on that banner, because regardless of those two, Frieza has an entire different team he can work on, right? Like if you're running LOE, the main unit you would need to have on that team is Frieza. Like Ultra Full Power Frieza is the main unit. So knowing that Metal Cooler doesn't do anything, Frost is terrible, King Cold is okay, but not to the point where I would say, yeah, you definitely have to summon for him. This banner is an absolute skip. And I do think that the Legends team needs to buff this unit in some sort of way, shape. Actually, no, not even in some sort of way, shape, or form. We know specifics. Buff his defense. He's a defense type. Because if the whole point was to have his comeback mechanic activate quickly, then it doesn't make sense. You're giving our opponents the opportunity of being able to rack up so much damage while us wasting the mechanic. Those two comebacks with a unit that has poor defenses aids the opponent. It aids the opponent, especially because one of the best units in the game is a yellow unit who can trap you in. So just, it doesn't make sense. Boost his defenses. That's the main thing. He's a defense type. He needs to be able to tank. Especially for LoE to have a comeback, he needs to be able to tank. And raise his offense. Like, even as a defense type, I'm not saying like his special move, like he shouldn't be like deleting units with like 2 strike arts cards or like 1 blast art card. Or, no. But it should be to the point where he's dealing competent damage. Under no circumstances should this unit not be able to fend themselves both offensively and defensively against ultra full power Frieza. Or even against the likes of LF Kefla. It should not be happening. This unit should be significantly better than how he was released. It's just, I think that they had no idea what they were doing with this unit apart from the comeback mechanic, and it shows. It's just, I'm rambling at this point. It's just, it was such a cool concept for Cooler to finally get an LF unit, for Cooler to, you know, have 2 comeback mechanics. The first unit to do that, by the way, right? And not like the minion mechanic like how Nappa from the Anniversary has. It's, no. But 2 comebacks, poor defenses, poor offenses. It doesn't make any sense to me. So I think that they just need to do that like one-time exception again and just give us a boost for that unit. He is absolutely terrible. Honestly, regardless of how many stars you have, Matt, he's terrible. So hopefully in the future, they see this and they never make that type of mistake again, because I really, when we get units and they just are completely inviable from the jump, that really frustrates me, because now I'm thinking to a unit that was inviable from the jump. If you guys remember, do y'all remember Red Pycon? Like, well, okay, newer players probably don't know, but older players, I'm pretty sure y'all remember Red Pycon. And it's unfortunate because Pycon is one of my favorite characters in all of Dragon Ball, and he was one of the most inviable units in Legends history. That unit released completely dead in the water. There was no room for that unit to exist in that meta because that unit released during the reign of LF Vegito Blue. He stood no chance. And I know like OGs remember that one Twitter clip where Red Pycon transformed and got instantly deleted by Vegito Blue with Final Kamehameha. It was terrible. That's kind of like how I see this LF Metal Cooler, where he should be shining in this meta, where there is some counter to him because obviously Ultra Super Saiyan Goku exists and he's a really strong unit, but he does still have viability because of 2 comebacks, and he would have element factor advantage against the other best unit in the game, which is Ultra Full Power Frieza, who's a green unit. He just fails in every department. So I don't know what they're gonna do. I really hope that they just give us a free boost for this unit to make him truly a unit. I'll just put it like that. Like, it's just, this is just unacceptable. That's all there is to it. But like I said, I'm rambling. I just got back home. It's currently 6:28 a.m. as I'm recording this video right now. And I was on a whole 8-hour drive straight. So I'm exhausted. But that's my thoughts on LF Metal Cooler. Again, my initial impressions with the unit that you guys have seen from the previous videos was from the same day that I summoned him. I bulked all of that content. But after I, recorded all that and I left and I was playing the game throughout the weekend, my opinions on the unit really started to change. And it's to the point where I think that he's one of the worst elf units, if not the worst elf unit of all time. So either way, I do want to know what you guys think about LF Metal Cooler in the comment section below. And don't hold back either. If you think the unit is great, let me know. If you think the unit is garbage, let me know. But with that being said, I'm Ndukauba. Like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.